Hey, welcome back. My name is James Johnson. My expertise lies in retirement and estate planning. And today we're going to talk about the three sources of guaranteed income in retirement and how the third one plays so very much into your retirement and why it's so important to understand, because the number one fear facing American seniors today is running out of income. And I'm going to show you how to be guaranteed you never run out of income, even if you run out of money. So those three sources of guaranteed income start with a pension. Now, most Americans no longer have a pension. That's called the Pension Protection Act. So if you don't work for a government agency, a city, the state, the Fed, you probably don't have a pension. Maybe you're fortunate enough to still work for one of the big Fortune 500 companies who still have pensions. But if you're going to work for those companies these days, they're not providing you with a pension. So maybe you have one, maybe you don't. But the real question is your pension actually well funded? And is that pension going to run out of money over time? And you can see by this chart here, the chances that, Illinois, for example, or Kentucky, that are still going to have a pension when the time comes, probably not. They probably will run out of money based on how they're currently funded. And you can see your state on there, and whether you should be majorly concerned or not remains to be seen. Now, the second source of known income is your Social Security income. And it's important to understand that when it comes to retirement, it's going to be all about your known incomes, what your need is, and filling the gap. And so Social Security is an interesting subject, and you can go out and watch any one of the videos that we've done on Social Security, and you'll learn about when is the best time to take my Social Security. Should I take it at 62? Should I take it at FRA, my full retirement age? Or should I wait till 70 to do it? The one thing to remember about Social Security is that it does have a guaranteed increase of 8% every year you wait. So in most people's cases, waiting to take Social Security makes a lot of sense. The other thing about Social Security is it does have some inflation protection on it. As a matter of fact, this year it's going to have one of the highest inflation increases ever. It's going to move to 8.7%, which is pretty good, but not so good when you consider what inflation really is. Now, the thing to remember about Social Security is you want to be sure to read your Social Security statement, because it is possible that the government could make a mistake, and you've got to have 40 quarters to qualify for Social Security, but they use your last 35 years, highest 35 years, to figure out what your Social Security is going to be. Now, for the average earner in America, Social Security is going to replace about 40% of their annual pre-retirement needs. You'll need to have other savings, investments, pensions, or retirement accounts to live comfortably when you retire, because Social Security is not the means to your retirement. It's a supplement to your retirement. Now, when it comes to doing that, once again, you've been over here and you've been playing this game. You've been trying to accumulate as much money as you possibly can so that when you arrive in my world, which is distribution and preservation, you don't run out of money. So you've got your known incomes, you've got your needs, and you've got a gap. And that gap is going to have to be filled from your IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, 457, defined benefit plans, brokerage accounts, rental properties, whatever the case may be. Now, in order to do that, you need to make sure that that money is guaranteed to keep coming and hopefully keeps up with cost of living. In order to retire, you have to have one thing: you have to have a paycheck. And that paycheck needs to be based on what your income needs are today, adjusted for inflation and taxes out beyond your life expectancy. So one of the best ways to do that, and the only way to get a guaranteed income, is the third thing, which is an annuity. But I submit to you that most of the population does not know what an annuity is. I do classes on a regular basis, and I find that at least 90% of the room has absolutely no idea what an annuity is, but they're absolutely convinced it can't possibly be a good thing because that's what their broker told them. Well, I would ask you this: what is a CD? And the answer to that is it's a deposit with a banking account. So it would be a certificate of deposit with a banking account at a set rate for a set amount of time, and every year at the end of the year you get a 1099. But really the answer to that is it's a certificate of disappointment, all right? Because the rates that you make on these things are absolutely ridiculous, all right? And then they tax you at the end of the year on top of that. So what is an annuity? Well, an annuity is actually a savings account with an insurance company. So my question to you is, who has more money, banks or insurance companies? And the answer is insurance companies, hands down. Who bailed out the banks and the government during the Great Depression? Insurance companies. Now here's the greatest one. Where do banks keep 25% of all their tier 1 liquid assets? And the answer is in insurance companies. So an annuity is a savings account with an insurance company. And an annuity can act very much like Social Security, in that while it's growing, while it's accumulating over time, it also has some guarantees to increase on an annual basis. So what's happening is the balance of the account may not be guaranteed to increase, although there are some that do that, but the payout rate is increasing on an annual basis, and it's roughly 6% per year, depending upon what the annuity is. So an annuity is one of the only things that can mirror what Social Security does as far as its guaranteed growth over time. But in addition to that, it can also keep up with inflation. If you buy the right annuity, that annuity will keep up with inflation. Now, the pros and cons of annuities are they might have a fee. They do not always have a fee. They have principal protection, guaranteed lifetime income, and opportunities for increase. Now, if it's variable, that's a little bit different story. But if we're working out there with the different annuities there are, which are variable, deferred, or immediate, the mathematic and scientific facts show that annuities are a key part of achieving an optimal retirement. Inside of a retirement portfolio, an annuity functions like a AAA rated bond with a CCC rated yield with zero standard deviation. This is Mr. Tom Hegna, one of the biggest leading experts on annuities in the insurance industry. What does he mean by that statement? Well, what that means is that we can't beat the safety and the security of annuity, but it's really not a great investment if we're trying to grow our money. The reason why we use an annuity is because we want a guaranteed stream of income that we can't outlive. Given a choice, you could be rich or 100% guaranteed you never run out of money. Which one would you choose? Well, of course, you don't want to run out of money. And if you think it's rich, then my question for you would be, do rich people ever go broke? And the answer to that is yes. So if we were going to compare an annuity to, say, a brokerage account, we would know that inside of an annuity, it's safe and it's predictable. Income for life. Money will never run out. Even if the money can run out, but the income will never run out when it runs out of money. So there would be no money left for the heirs at some point in your life, even though the money is there for your heirs over that entire period of time. Now, this is an interesting point. What most people believe is that an annuity is I give my money to the insurance company and they give me an income stream for life. Well, that's what's called a single premium immediate annuity, and that's just not the way it is anymore. So we're able to use it as a savings account and emergency fund if we absolutely needed it, but the real reason why we bought it was to have another pension. We'll have guaranteed paycheck in retirement. In a brokerage account, we're going to take the risk of the market loss, etc., and when the money runs out, so does the income. Sequence of returns will affect how long the money lasts. Now, let me show you what I mean by that and how that really works, okay? So if we go out here and we take a look at this, I've built a little file for you here called the Flintstones. So let me just change, I'll move this down here to this screen so you can actually see it, all right? So if we look here, what I've done here is I've built two accounts, all right? So I have my annuity only account over here, and I went in my annuity and I took an illustrated rate of what the market's done over the last 10 years and what would that look like going forward. And then in addition to that, I took what their guaranteed payout rate would be, which is down over here. This all looks like this. So if I take this away, go over here and go just get rid of that, it looks like this. And what we're going to see is going forward, if I turn this on, I'm getting older, okay? I'm now 76, 79, 80, 81, and I've run out of money. But look down here, I haven't run out of income. The income keeps coming and coming and coming and coming all the way out until the point where I die. Well, if I go back over here and I make a comparison and I compare that to the 401k with static returns. So I'm going to use static returns of 6% with a 1% fee, a 5% net every single year. So on my left side over here, I have the 401k in the making a static return, set rate of return. On my right side over here, I have my annuity, and my annuity is making whatever those returns are on the market. Now I'm going to set this one to play. And what you're going to see happen is, let's back this out here, back to 66. And what you're going to see happen is that on the left, our market, and on the right, both of these accounts are going to run out of money. So if you look over here down in the bottom left corner where it says net lifestyle, you can see that the market has run out of money. Now, it ran out of money at age 83. So let's back it up here a little bit. Let's go back here. It ran out of money at about age 83, 84. Let's see here. Right there. At age 82, it ran out of money. You can see down here in this corner that here it's 31.96, and the following year I have a little bit of money left in my brokerage account, and the following year I have zero. So I'm running out at 83. Well, that's with static returns. So what happens if I put the market returns in here? So I'm going to go back here, and now I'm going to put in market returns. So I take the 401k with market returns only, and I go back to the beginning of time, back here to 66, and now I run the clock forward. So let me get this out of my way here, and I'm going to run the clock forward. So you look down in the bottom left corner, you see your net lifestyle, just over my shoulder there, and you're going to see that by the time I get out here to age 74, 75, right there at age 76, I just ran out of money in my brokerage account. So with the returns in the market, and I used the last 21 years of returns, what happened was I ran out of money and I ran out of income in the market. Now here's something very interesting. Let's say that I make it out to say age 90, all right, which is not too uncommon to make it to 90. At age 90, if you look down here, I got $456,000 more out of my annuity than I would have got out of my brokerage account because I won the game. And the game is, the way to beat the insurance company is live a very long time, because once you run out of money, they are obligated to continue to pay you that income over the rest of your life. So what I would tell you is, regardless of where you are, regardless of how much money you have, one of the most important tools that you can use in retirement is an indexed annuity with an income rider on it, and use that not for growth, but use that as a guaranteed paycheck moving forward. Now, here's the cool part. If you do that and you actually make that happen, then you can take your other assets and you can put them over in the market and you can risk them because you've already guaranteed your paycheck and you don't have to worry about what happens to those accounts inside of it. So remember, as always, to live like you're going to die tomorrow and plan like you're going to live forever, because you just might. Be sure to go below and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I look forward to talking to you soon. And you're definitely going to need some help with this, so reach out to us. Keep smiling and make it a great day.